How Waylon Jennings survived the day the music died. The day the music died was music's first big tragedy. All three multi-talented musicians, the Big Bopper, Ritchie Valens, Buddy Holly, all under the age of 30, pilot Roger Peterson under the age of 30 as well, crashing into a cornfield in Iowa in an airplane accident, killing all men instantly. Waylon Jennings, however, was supposed to be one of the passengers on that flight. We're going to rewind time a little bit and go back to early 1959, where Buddy Holly and Waylon Jennings, both from Lubbock, Texas, Buddy about 9 months older, close friends. Buddy had asked Waylon to learn bass, which he had not done before. He had given Waylon a bass guitar and said, "Hey, I need you to learn it as quick as you can, learn these songs. You're going to join me on the upcoming Winter Dance Party tour that is widely regarded as the Tour from Hell." Buddy and Waylon were great friends, again, close in age, from the same city. Waylon said he learned more from Buddy than anybody else in the music industry, and it was Buddy who had told Waylon, "You're too good to play bass. Your voice is really good. Perhaps chase something in the future that involves your voice," and eventually Waylon would do that. Joining Buddy Holly and Waylon Jennings playing bass on this tour would be Tommy Allsup, and them as a three-piece would perform together any at all times Buddy would go on stage. That tour is regarded as a plane ride from hell for a good reason. Constantly zigzagging the upper Midwest in the dead of winter, constant blizzards, constant snow, always freezing, and to make matters worse, awful transportation, buses routinely breaking down, the heat not working. These guys were literally living in hell trying to get to each location. Buddy had grown tired of all of this, and it was his idea to charter a plane. On the evening of February 2nd, 1959, it was him, Tommy Allsup, and Waylon Jennings, originally the makeshift band that was supposed to fly to Fargo, North Dakota, in which they would be merely 10 minutes away from the next location for the tour in Moorhead, Minnesota. Out of the good decency in Waylon's heart, Waylon actually gave his spot to the Big Bopper, who was another headliner on said tour, because the Big Bopper was incredibly ill throughout the night. And Buddy, jokingly, as friends would say, would tell Waylon later on in the night that, "I hope your old bus freezes over." And then Waylon would shoot back with saying, "I hope your old plane crashes." The infamous coin toss would take place a little bit after this, actually pretty close to when they were leaving. They were about to leave, and Buddy told Tommy to go back inside and check and make sure they got everything, because there were no roadies back then. Tommy was going back inside, and he saw Ritchie. Ritchie saw him one more time, and Ritchie asked him for a spot in the plane. Tommy had enough. He took a $50 out of his pocket, flipped it up in the air. Ritchie called heads. It was heads, and Ritchie won the spot on the plane, joining Buddy Holly, the Big Bopper, and pilot Roger Peterson.